Peace, family. Welcome to Black Star TV 2.0. It's your boy Black Star. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this content so we can get them algorithms popping. Now, let's get started. Today, we're going to talk about reparations from the Black elite and how they are trying to finesse the whole reparations idea and what reparations should be about. This is the hottest topic in the Black community right now. So let's get into it. I'm going to share my screen and we're going to get it popping, man. All right, so today, this was June 4th, Al Sharpton was talking to the California Task Force on Reparations, and I want y'all to listen to this dude, who was a federal agent, maybe still is, but and we're gonna get into that too. But let me show y'all how they're trying to finesse reparations out of this being everything but cash payments. Here we go.
We see a lot of the conditions were rooted in what happened in the history of California, the conditions that are still being faced.
Absolutely. And just to continue with that narrative, right? People, the dominant narrative is that California entered into the Union as a free state in 1850, right? But it was just in name. And then also years after California entered the Union, that means what that meant was, if an African or a Black person was enslaved and became free, excuse me. So what that meant was, for instance, there were free people in California who could, be subject to deportation and re-enslaved to the South under this new Fugitive Slave Act, or in some instances, which we learned during the task force early on in September through expert witnesses like Professor Stacy Smith, could even be subjected to re-enslavement in the state of California.
Now, Reverend Brown, paraphrasing a quote from you in the Washington Post this week, you personally don't expect white Americans, white Californians to sign off on cash reparations for Black people. And of course, that fits with a 2021 poll by the Washington Post, which found that 65% of Americans oppose reparations to Black Americans, with more than 3/4 of white Americans opposed to the idea. I know that the task force is still...
Hold on. Now, nobody cares who's opposed to it. And of course, they're going to be opposed to cash reparations, but they ain't opposed to cash to the Native Americans. And that's another issue. That's another situation that's an issue, is that everybody is always opposed of us getting cash payments. Like, that's a part of reparations.
Working out next steps. But if it's going to be not direct cash payments, how should California proceed in your view?
It should proceed by funding educational programs, making housing opportunities available.
Housing opportunities available is Section 8. Housing opportunities, unless you're giving out land, free property, free houses, unless you're giving out free houses, fam, don't nobody want no housing options. Come on, dog. And education, miss me with that. Some of our people don't need education. My mom and dad don't need no education, fam. How do they benefit from that? How do the older Black people benefit from the education part? They don't. They don't. So this is only going to benefit certain people. How does the older people who already own homes benefit from this whole housing option that you're talking about?
Making sure we deal with this criminal justice system that's been wrong.
Again, my parents and millions and millions and millions of other Black people haven't been wronged with the justice system. I have personally, but still, that would only benefit me, and I'm not in this for personal reasons. I want the benefit of the group. I want the benefit of the group. So if we are talking about the criminal justice system, which I do feel like they should fix and should have something to do with reparations, but that should be on the ass end, because 90% to 80-something% of the Black community maybe has nothing. They don't even have criminal records. You're talking about, okay, so there's probably about 2 million people locked up in this country, right? Let's just say it's 1 million Black people. Let's just say we half of that population of the prison system, because I think we about 40% to 50% of the prison population, even though we only make up 13% of the population in the whole United States. And white people are committing millions of more crimes than us every single year. Now, out of 42 million people, we're going to say 1 million Black people are locked up. So the other, what does the other 41 million people benefit from? How do they benefit from that? You see what I'm saying? And if I was a selfish person, I'd be like, yeah, that definitely should be part. That should be one of the main things we doing. Like, no, a majority of Black people aren't subject to benefit from that. So that's not a good look.
And unjust for Blacks. And we should also look at the health conditions, whether it's mental health, physical, or environmental health. This state has been.
How does that benefit everybody, though? How does that benefit? What are you going to do? Universal health care? What are you going to do? And there's people who have insurance and all that stuff. I mean, you got a nice amount of people without insurance, but you're not benefiting everybody. Every single one of those things that you said that he mentioned, education, healthcare, criminal justice system, housing, that doesn't benefit the group as a whole. We want something that's going to benefit the group as a whole, which should be cash payments and them land grants. Cash payments, land grants, and everything else. We don't want free college. We don't want to you to forgive our student loan debts. Give me the cash and I'll pay my student loans. Give me the cash and I'll pay my student loans. You see what I'm saying? Because y'all about to do that for everybody anyway. You're not about to finesse us with no free college. And because the moment you do that for Black people, you know you're going to do it for everybody else. So knock it off. That is not a part of reparations. And this is what I mean about how these Black people, and you trying to be worried about 65% of white people who aren't in agreement to cash payments. Let me finish.
Been guilty of public policy measures that have caused great harm, trauma.
See what I'm saying? Now watch this. He's going to talk about 60%.
1908 by Reverend Allen Allensworth. Right. He had in mind the replication of Tuskegee in the West. But what happened? Through public policy and political action, the water was poisoned. The railroad tracks were redirected to kill the town. That is a historical fact, and that was initiated by political leadership in this state. And even the Ku Klux Klan in California was born.
I'm sorry about that.
Here in San Francisco, of all places, that has had the brand and the image of being liberal and progressive. I don't know. We've been infected with the same virus of race.
I'm not even about to make y'all listen to this coon. But Al Sharpton is saying, did you know that 65% of Americans oppose cash reparations to Black people, according to the 2021 Washington Post? Who cares? Who cares what you oppose? Of course you oppose it, right? Because you want to see us down. We don't care about how mad you're going to get. We don't care about how you feel. We don't care about your feelings. I want my debt owed. I want my bag. You feel what I'm saying? This has nothing to do with people's feelings or anything like that. And Al Sharpton is a straight up informant. This is why he is put here in these positions to undermine Black people and come up with if they don't, it's going to be hard to get white people to sign off. Everything you saying is like, in opposition of, you ain't saying anything positive. Everything is in opposition of what we actually want. Oh, well, we don't know if the white people are going to sign off to that in California. 65% of the people don't oppose cash reparations. If they don't get cash reparations, how should it look? Like, man, shut up. It should look like land grants. That's what it should look like. Land grants. Give me my land. And for real, because even with the cash payments, I don't even want to pay I don't even want to buy land with the money that you're going to give me. Why? Because I know what y'all going to do in this real estate game. Y'all going to start upping up the prices out of nowhere. You can go to Baltimore, piece of shit, raggedy house going to wind up costing you $1 million. Y'all going to go up like a mug. And even in the worst communities, you're going to start trying to, the people who actually own it, going to raise the prices. So no, I want land grants and land grants. I don't even want you to give me a home. I want land. Yeah, because that's what everything, all the resources on the planet come from the land. Now, let me show you that this dude was a federal informant.
I was the subject of an undercover operation called shadowboxing. I brought Al Sharpton into this. I introduced Sharpton to them, and I said, this is going to be the guy who's going to set up the meeting with Don King when I tell him we're ready to do that. But so Al sets up the meeting with Don King. But in the interim, Al Sharpton goes up to their offices, Reggie and Victor Guerrero's. Remember, Victor Guerrero is an undercover FBI agent. His real name is Victor Quintana, but back then it was Guerrero. And in the meeting, Al Sharpton proposes a drug deal to them. He's got a big cowboy hat on, he's smoking a cigar, and he's talking about drugs in some way. This is all on videotape, and it's been seen on Brian Gumbel's Real Sports. So whatever I'm telling you, again, it's all documented. And it was as a result of this meeting that Al Sharpton became an informant afterwards, because the government came to him and said, hey, you're trying to propose a drug deal, and they turned him into an informant at that time, 100%. Al denies it, and then he admitted, then he denies it. Look, you got to give Al credit. I mean, he is a good talker. Look where he is now, visiting, or he was visiting with Obama. He's made a name for himself. So, hey, if he really has changed his life, who am I to doubt that? Good for him. But I can tell you, I do see similarities between what he's doing now with his Action Network, whatever he calls it, and what he did back then.
Yep. Similarities of what he's doing now and what he's doing back then with his little Action Network, which is this. Again, you're trying to finesse people. You're doing the snaky shit. Man, listen, man. We don't trust you or the little homegirl that you put up there. What's her name? Oh my gosh, she run with my son, Tamika Mallory. We don't trust her either, or my son. Let me get into this dude, Michael Austin, and show y'all this dude right here, man. Hold on. Let me get to this dude right here. Is this his page? Yeah, this is his page. Give me 1 second. Bear with me, family. Right here. Here it go. Here it go.
You know what the scary part is? That when the
hold on. Before I even play that. Where's the other one at, man? If it's true, no, he had another quote that was under here. I'm gonna play this and then I might look for it after that. But all right, so Michael Austin is an economist, and he was talking on this guy's show, and I'm gonna let y'all hear what this coon had to say, man. He's not even FBA either, man. He a teller. So let's listen to what he had to say. But this is what I mean about trying to undermine us.
Yeah. But you know what the scary part is? That when the recession does come, they're going to say we need to get more involved, that the government's going to need to do more in regards to the economy. And that's the scary part.
It is. And, a little history lesson. Can you guys name any recession that the U.S. has had before the Great Depression?
Wasn't there a recession from 1880s to the 90s?
Yeah, that's right. I think that there might have been, but you know what? The fact that, you had to think about it kind of tells you it doesn't really come to the forefront of your mind. And there's a reason for that. Before the Great Depression, every time the U.S. entered an economic recession, do you know what the federal government did? Cut its budget, lowered taxes, reduced debt. By doing those things, any recession the U.S. entered, it quickly came out of it. It was only because of Herbert Hoover and then made worse by FDR.
I think, hold on. I think I messed up. This is the one. I'm so sorry. This is the one right here.
A task force assembled by Gavin Newsom will release a report, the first of its kind in the U.S., to addressed the idea of slave reparations and other steps to right the wrongs committed against enslaved blacks generations ago. That's right, you and I and millions who had nothing to do with slavery may be compelled to pay 21st century Black Americans for the plight of their ancestors.
I want you to hear this again. I want you to hear this again real quick. Just listen.
I and millions who had nothing to do with slavery, enslaved blacks generations ago. That's right, you and I and millions who had nothing to do with slavery may be compelled to pay 21st century Black Americans for the plight of their ancestors centuries back.
Now, no one ever says that about Native Americans because your taxes are going to the Native Americans in the 21st century. Yes, you are paying natives that are 2 years old. They are getting checks monthly, some quarterly. They are getting checks. So I don't want to hear that you and others who didn't have anything to do with it. I didn't have anything to do with the natives. My peoples didn't have anything to do with the Asians or the Japanese in the internment camps. We didn't have nothing to do with that, but our taxes had to pay that. Now, everybody wants to go up in arms when it's time to pay us. Nah, fam, your taxes is going there. Your taxes is
Joining
going
us
there.
with more on this, Project 21 economist Michael Austin, who is a former member of the U.S. Civil Rights Commission. Michael, welcome.
Oh, thanks for having me. It's great to be on.
So give me your thoughts on this. First of all, what kind of money are we talking about?
Well, California's slave reparations plan, if enacted, I think will be not only the largest transfer of wealth this country has ever seen, I think it'll be the largest affirmative action program in the history of the world.
First of all, it's not an affirmative action program, and it should be the largest wealth transfer this country has ever seen because during slavery was the largest wealth transfer ever when you made us work for free. And I don't care about if I wasn't a slave and I wasn't out there slaving, working for free. My ancestors was. Just like the Native Americans' ancestors, y'all did whatever y'all did to them, and their heirs or their children, grandchildren, and all these people that's alive today are benefiting off what their ancestors went through. Not them, what their ancestors went through. So y'all gonna have the same energy for Black people. It's always comes the same argument, and they use a coon. These white people always get some Black person who's opposed to it. You see how they always want to see this person's point of view, but they won't get anybody on there that's pro reparations? Because this is the easiest thing to debate. This is the easiest thing to debate because as soon as I start talking about Native Americans and how their kids, a person who was born yesterday that was Native American is going to receive a check. Yes, he's going to receive a check the next month. He had nothing to do with anything. And that's what I'm saying. People only bring this up when it comes to Black Americans, bro. That shit, I'm really getting tired of it. And this is exactly why they don't want anybody who's pro reparations. Because what can be your comeback to that? What can be somebody's comeback to, oh, well, you didn't go through it, but neither did the native that was born yesterday and they still getting a check. You ain't gonna have nothing to say. You're not gonna have nothing to say. And you're gonna look like a racist. That's why they gotta bring a Black person on there who is opposed to this shit to try to make us look crazy.
It'll demonize Blacks as a people constantly trying to get something without earning it, and I think it may forever deny what all African Americans truly want and desire: respect.
500 pages. I mean, what are they going to take us through here?
Hold on.
Something without earning it, and I think it may be the largest affirmative action program in the history of the world. It'll demonize Blacks as a people constantly trying to get something without earning it, and I think it may forever deny what all African Americans truly want and desire: respect.
First of all, I don't care about your respect. I don't care if you respect me because you don't respect me anyway, and I don't respect you. That goes to anybody who's against Black people. I don't respect you. And I don't respect the fact that y'all keep trying to play us when it comes to this reparations conversation. Y'all keep trying to use all the stupid talk. This dude talking about the biggest affirmative action. Come on, bro. Y'all took millions and billions of dollars. Y'all took trillions of dollars from us, bro. Trillions of dollars. Y'all gave out that Homestead Act where you were just giving away land and black people wasn't a part of that. Black people wasn't even allowed to get any of that. You boxed us out so much that it affects us today. And the same people, you talk about people working for nothing. You talk about people wanting something from nothing. The same people who was giving that land in them Homestead Act, the same people who was benefiting off our labor, ancestors today are benefiting off of it. Now let's say this, right? You have somebody who grandfather got all these acres from a ancestor got all these acres from the land grant from the land grants that they gave out back in the day, right? When he died, that got passed on. When he died, that got passed on. When he died, that got passed on. And now you want to sit here and the same person who was related to all these people who passed that shit down will say they worked hard for that shit. You crazy as hell. You crazy as hell, bro. That's like me right now, somebody giving me this free apartment building. The whole apartment, you just gave it to me for free. And now I pass it down to my kids. They pass it down to their kids, and then my great grandkids is running around talking about, oh, we worked hard for this. Like, nah, ain't nobody worked for that shit. Ain't nobody worked for it. Not me, not my kids, not they kids, not they kids. We got to get out of that hole. Y'all trying to make it seem like people work hard and other people got shit for free. Now you trying to make it, first of all, ain't nothing free because it's a debt, fam. It's a debt. This ain't free. You work. That's like going to work and not getting paid. And then when it's come time, I'm like, nah, bro, they can't, like, you just want something for nothing. Like, what you mean? Nigga, I work for this shit. Like, I literally just work. They ain't give me my bread. Nah, fam, you trying to get something for nothing. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
500 pages. I mean, what are they going to take us through here?
Well, let's put aside the fact that just placing a multi-trillion-dollar deficit spending on top of a $30+ trillion debt is fiscal suicide. I just think it's going to be exceedingly difficult for everyday Americans to believe that they owe other Americans for what happened 150 years ago. You know, if America comes to a place where we are forced to pay a debt that we don't owe, I think this country has reached a point of no return.
Michael, I got to ask you this. You're a black man.
See what I'm saying? You're a black man. First of all, fam, you're not FBA. You're not FBA. Your parents is from a different country. Again, as Tariq would say, we could tell by your hairline. You definitely a tether, and you wouldn't benefit from reparations because anybody whose parents, whose ancestors went through that is not talking this talk. You might have a few coons, but man, I'm going to tell you, it's very few of them. It is very, very few of them. And these are the people who actually got some money. They are going to be the only ones making it seem like they don't need it or we don't need it as a group. Because again, this is some selfishness. That's why I said I could be selfish and say, yeah, reparations should have to do with criminal justice reform and the people who got affected by that. Like, yeah, because I will fall under that. But nah, that doesn't benefit the majority of the group. So we're gonna X that on out. I ain't gonna say we're gonna X it out in total, but we're gonna do things that benefit everybody first. And then we can walk on down and get to that later. Because, nigga, the way you can benefit me from that shit is giving everybody checks. Give everybody checks. Yeah, and y'all owe us for putting drugs in our community. CIA, y'all put drugs in our community, you owe us for that too. And that wasn't something my ancestors went through. That was something we went through. But all right, so now we're gonna get into this body science bill giving New Mexico 2 more years to fight for nuclear exposure reparations. Come on, man. You giving out bread to everybody. Everybody. Nigga, I ain't had nothing to do with this shit. We ain't got nothing to do with none of this nuclear. We don't got no type of nuclear anything. Black people don't own no resources in this country. So why is my taxes going to help these people? What you mean? That's what I'm saying. When y'all talk about, oh, my taxes shouldn't have to go to this person. My taxes shouldn't have to go to that. Like, nah, my taxes shouldn't have to go to shit. Nigga, I should be tax exempt. Crazy as hell. You got the natives tax exempt. What you talking about? What you talking about? And the native slave does. They owe us a couple dollars too. Yeah, we don't want to get into that 1866 treaty now. But let me read this. A bill signed Tuesday by President Joe Biden provide federal funds to help with medical bills for New Mexican uranium miners contaminated by radiation for another 2 years, also allowing more time for those living around the Trinity site near Alamagra, I can't pronounce that, to advocate they also be included in the reparations. See what I'm saying? You want to reparate everybody but black people. The 2-year extension of Radiation Exposure Compensation Act, RECA, co-sponsored by U.S. Senator Ben Ray, I don't know his last name, passed the U.S. Senate and House this year and was signed into law ahead of its previous sunset date in July. Those impacted by radiation exposure from federal operations can continue to receive cash payments. See what I'm saying? Exposure from federal operations can continue to receive cash payments up to $100,000 for uranium miners and other associated workers, $75,000 to workers on site during the nuclear explosion, and $50,000 for those living in the community downwind of the Nevada test site. So people that wasn't even there, just in the community, get $50,000 cash payments. I can guarantee you that 80 to 70% of these people are white folks in Spanish who identify as white anyway. See what I'm saying? They want to give reparations out to everybody, talking about you oppose cash payments. See, you oppose cash payments for us, but you ain't going to oppose cash payments for yourself. And a lot of people keep wanting to say, yo, we're going to give the Native Americans, we ain't going to give y'all reparations unless we give it to the Native Americans. Like, man, ain't nobody trying to hear that. Ain't nobody trying to hear that, fam. You feel me? They got their checks. And matter of fact, you can't give Native Americans reparations again. But you know what you're gonna do? We're gonna come for them to have to pay us our stuff because they they slaved us too. They slaved us too, pardon me. Again, don't forget to subscribe, share, and like this content. But yeah, man, we're not going for that, man. We're not going for the finesse game from all these elite black people. We're not going for it, man. We're not going for it at all. All y'all do is try to get in the way of everything that we are trying to accomplish as far as getting things for the whole entire community. We trying to get cash payments. Y'all want to cash out everybody but us. We're not doing that. We're not doing that, man. Y'all done cashed out illegal immigrants. Y'all done cashed out Ukrainians. Y'all done cashed out Afghanistans. Y'all done cashed out everybody, fam. Everybody, bro. I forgot the other people. But Afghanistans, Ukrainians, illegal immigrants at the border. Y'all cashing out these people in New Mexico. Come on, dog. We're not going for that shit. And then as soon as it comes to us about some real stuff, y'all want to play these games with and that's what I'm saying. Y'all know y'all gonna have to come up off it because we making this too much of a big deal. We've been making reparations such a big deal that y'all like, yo, we got to do something. Yeah, maybe it can be in education. Maybe it could be in criminal justice reform. Maybe it could be in housing policies. Like, no, nigga, you ain't gonna do no housing policies, nigga. You gonna give us ownership. You gonna give us ownership. Y'all got 2.8 billion acres of federal land, dog. Come up off it. You ain't gotta come up off all of it, nigga. But it's 42 million of it. You got 2 billion, 42 million of it, dog. We want our acres, bro. Each individual too, bro. We ain't talking about no, this is just for the family. Nope. I want my kids to get an acre. Each one of my kids. You feel me? You ain't about to fade us, bro. You're not about to fade us. My kids need checks every month. They need checks every year, or however we gonna do it. But we gonna get these checks. You gonna peel off, dog. You done stole all the resources. You done ganked niggas for all they labor, free labor, cotton, rice, indigo. Nigga, we was pushing all the top products y'all was making bread off back in the day. And y'all ain't give us a dime. Nah, fam. Nah, we not doing it. We not doing it, bro. Y'all done came up off all that shit and y'all done benefited, and you have people who still benefit off the labor of slaves, dog. The simple fact that people are still benefiting off that right now, you cannot have the audacity to open your mouth to make it seem like we don't deserve anything, because the people who benefiting off it wasn't even around when it happened, but they get the benefit off it and I can't, nigga. You crazy. You crazy. That don't even make no sense. That don't even make no sense, and a just thing to do. And because this is getting too big, bro, I'm trying to tell you, black people gonna be in the streets. You don't want that. You don't want niggas in the streets, bro. Just cash them checks. We ain't trying to hear no inflation. We ain't trying to hear none of that, because y'all just be making up this inflation shit. Oh, we printed too much money, and now the price of this is going up and the price of that is going up. Man, don't nobody want to hear that shit. Just because you print money don't mean it costs you more to sell products, nigga. You full of shit. That's just your excuse to raise prices so you can keep people down, dog. You printing that money over there in the corner ain't making anything go any higher, dog, besides the fact that you're saying it's going higher. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. This shit ain't rocket science, nigga. You ain't got to do all that goofy ass explaining and all this economic. Oh, well, see, when you raise the price of, when you make more money because it ain't backed by nothing, see, that makes it cost us more for gas, and it costs more for bread and water and food. Like, man, nigga, shut up. That shit, then you can keep that shit at the same price it is and print more money, and you will still be getting rich, nigga. Y'all crazy, man. Y'all been finessing niggas so much with this goofy ass shit because see, this is what it is. A lot of these people are very educated and they like to use words and talk in circles to make you feel like this is what it is. But when you really just sit back and say, yo, how does printing more money make things cost more? How? We ain't talking about nothing but paper bread. Ain't talking about this shit is like monopoly money. Nigga, you just doing that so you can make more bread, and because you know you printing more money, because the money, majority of money that's being printed is going to the big wigs anyway. Y'all print $3 trillion. That shit ain't going to your average Joe. That shit go right into y'all hands. Y'all raise the price. Oh, because we printed them 3 trillion. Now these computers that we were selling go from 200, now they 300 because they printed more money. Come on, dog. Oh, now the price of gas got to go to $5. Nigga, what? Just because they printed some bread? Come on, dog. Come on, dog. I don't give a fuck what y'all do. I know y'all gonna print out some money for us. I know that much. You gonna print out some money for them reparations, fam. We not going for this shit no more, dog. We not going for it, man. Yeah, so listen, I'm gonna let y'all go because I gotta get started. Gotta make me some more shirts and stuff over here making this stuff. If I'm not making interest off it, I ain't interested in it. You heard? So listen, man, I'm gonna let you go, man. Y'all have a blessed day. Stay positive, stay safe. We're gonna get out of here, man. I got my kids for the summer. I gotta go tend to them. They probably in the room tripping over there. So y'all be blessed, man. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this content, and we're gonna keep pushing this reparations topic, man, because it's the hottest topic in the Black community. Y'all not going to distract us with nothing. I don't care what happened. You can kill half the country. You can kill half the country, nigga. If it's still some Black people out here in these streets, we still pushing reparations. We still want our bag. I don't care what y'all got going on. You're not going to finesse me with none of that. Matter of fact, hold on, man. Hold on. I'm getting into this. Hold on, we ain't even gonna go yet, man. I was saying goodbye, but we're not gonna go yet, right? Watch this, because a lot of y'all talk about this Democratic stuff, but I wanna show y'all how much these people be just straight lying, man. Hold on, man. Hold on, because I'm actually on the wrong. This is my kids' page right here. Hold on, I'm about to go to the Democratic. Because I want to show y'all how much these people be lying, man. Listen to this stuff, man. Just listen to this stuff. Watch this.
Evolve your business with 4 times membership rewards points on your top 2 select spending categories.
These people, hold on, because I might not even have shared my screen. I ain't even got my screen shared. My bad. So watch this.
Biden, thank you. Senator Harris.
I just want to show you how much what they talk.
When we have
Love our audience.
See, these people love talking about a whole bunch of nothing. They love talking about a whole bunch of nothing. Now, I want you to listen to all the talking points that they talk about just to distract you. I'm not no Democrat. I'm not no Republican. I don't get down with none of that stuff. All these people full of BS. But I just want to show y'all how full of shit they are. This was back in 2020. We in 2022. They was talking about free healthcare, free college. What else was free? They was just talking about a whole bunch of free stuff, student loan debt. Just listen to what the hell these people talk about, and they don't get nothing done. And 2 other people are up there who are in office right now. Just listen.
But we'd like to ask them to keep their reactions to a minimum, and we're not going to hold back in making sure the candidates stick to time. So, with that business take care,
sometimes we forget.
Let's get to it, and we're going to start today with Senator Sanders. Good evening to you. You've called for big new government benefits like universal health care and free college. In a recent interview, you said you suspected that Americans would be, quote, delighted to pay more taxes for things like that. My question to you is, will taxes go up for the middle class in a Sanders administration? And if so, how do you sell that to voters?
Well, you're quite right. We have a new vision for America. And at a time when we have 3 people in this country owning more wealth than the bottom half of America, while 500,000 people are sleeping out on the streets today, we think it is time for change, real change. And by that, I mean that healthcare, in my view, is a human right. And we have got to pass a...
Listen to what this nigga just said. You went from, bro, this nigga just went from 3 people owning more wealth than half the country. He literally, watch this, man. Just listen to these niggas, man.
I believe that education is the future. People are sleeping out on the streets today. We think it is time for...
Bro, this nigga just said 3 people are making more money than half the country. You got 500,000 people sleeping on the street, and your next word after that is...
for change, real change. And by that, I mean that healthcare, in my view, is.
How do you go from people owning all this wealth to health care, my nigga? Listen to this shit.
You've called for big new government benefits like universal health care and free college. In a recent interview, you said you suspected that Americans would be, quote, delighted to pay more
Y'all
taxes
crazy
for
to
things
listen
like
to these
that.
people, bro.
My question to you is, will taxes go up for the middle class in a Sanders administration? And if so, how do you sell that to voters?
Well, you're quite right. We have a new vision for America. And at a time when we have 3 people in this country owning more wealth than the bottom half of America, while 500,000 people are sleeping out on the streets today, we think it is time for change, real change. And by that, I mean that healthcare, in my view, is a human right.
Nigga, you said 3 people again, man, because y'all don't. I feel like when this shit is going on, we be so focused on other stuff, and you just like, okay, free this, free. Yo, bro, this nigga just didn't make no sense. This nigga said 3 people own more wealth than half the country. 500,000 people are sleeping on the street, and we need real change. And by that, I mean healthcare. You ain't say by that, I mean you need all the country, not you feel you need the whole country to get reparations, nigga. What? So you think you gonna fix that problem with healthcare, fam? Man, listen.
And we have got to pass a Medicare for all single payer system. Under that system, by the way, vast majority of the people in this country will be paying significantly less for health care than they are right now. I believe that education is the future for this country. And that is why I believe that we must make public colleges and universities tuition free and eliminate student debt. And we do that by placing a tax on Wall Street.
Now, it's funny because a lot of them are saying that this is why, again, we don't want reparations to be part of our reparations to be educational based. Because, nigga, you're going to wind up doing this for everybody anyway. Because this is what a lot of y'all talk about. This is your little point. At some point, even though y'all all be finessing, because y'all don't ever come up with it, even with the student loan debt, you ain't eliminate none of that. This is what I'm saying. So y'all all going to finesse it until people really put the pressure on you, especially if you do it for blacks. Everybody really going to put the pressure on you then and then you're going to say, okay, you know what? Tuition free. Everybody, student loans is forgiven. Nigga, so what that mean for us? So we get the same thing everybody else gets so that they get part of our reparations? Come on, man.
Every proposal that I have brought forth is fully paid for.
Senator Sanders, I'll give you 10 seconds just to answer the very direct question. Will you raise taxes for the middle class in a Sanders administration?
People who have health care under Medicare for all will have no premiums, no deductibles, no co-payments, no out-of-pocket expenses. Yes, they will pay more in taxes, but less in health care.
Nigga, what? They will pay more in health. They will pay less in health care, but more in taxes. Nigga, bruh. These niggas are finessers. And y'all like, yo, man, this nigga for president, this, like, bro, y'all niggas is
For
crazy.
what they get.
Thank you, Senator. Senator Bennett, we're going to get to everybody, I promise, but let me just, Senator Biden, promise everybody's going to get in here, promise. Vice President Biden, Senator Sanders, as you know, has been calling for a revolution. Recently, in remarks to a group of wealthy donors, as you were speaking about the problem of income inequality in this country, you said, we shouldn't, quote, demonize the rich. You said, nobody has to be punished. No one's standard of living would change. Nothing would fundamentally change. What did you mean by that?
What I meant by that is, look, Donald Trump thinks Wall Street built America. Ordinary middle-class Americans build America. My dad used to have an expression. He said, Joe, a job is about a lot more than a paycheck. It's about your dignity. It's about respect. It's being able to look your kid in the eye and say everything's going to be okay. Too many people who are in the middle class and poor have had the bottom fall out under this proposal. What I'm saying is that we've got to be straightforward. We have to make sure we understand that to return dignity to the middle class, they have to have insurance that is covered and they can afford it. They have to make sure that we're in a situation where there's continuing education and they're able to pay for it. And they have to make sure that they're able to breathe air that is clean and they have water that they can drink. Look, Donald Trump has put us in a horrible situation. We do have enormous income inequality. And the one thing I agree on is we can make massive cuts in the $1.6 trillion in tax loopholes out there. And I would be going about eliminating Donald Trump's tax cuts for the wealthy.
Vice President Biden.
And nigga, you ain't done none of that shit. Nigga, you ain't done none of that shit. These people crazy. We ain't go. I'm gonna just listen. Let me.
There's a lot of talk in this primary about new government benefits, such as student loan cancellation, free college, health care, and more. Do you think that Democrats have a responsibility to explain how they will pay for every proposal they make along those lines?
Well, let me tell you something. I hear that question, but where was that question when the Republicans and Donald Trump passed a tax bill that benefits the top 1% and the biggest corporations in this country, contributing at least $1 trillion to the debt of America, which middle-class families will pay for one way or another? Working families need support and need to be lifted up. And frankly, this economy is not working for working people. For too long, the rules have been written in the favor of the people who have the most and not in favor of the people who work the most, which is why I am proposing that we change the tax code. So for every family that is making less than $100,000 a year, they will receive a tax credit that they can collect up to $500 a month, which will make all the difference between those families being able to get through the end of the month with dignity and with support or not. And on day one, I will repeal that tax bill that benefits the top 1% and the biggest corporations of America.
And you didn't. Yo, fam, if y'all keep voting and thinking just because you get a different person, you're going to get a different outcome. This is like the Bloods. The Republicans are the Crips. The Bloods are debating each other to see who's going to run for them. Bro, they're still a group. They still have all the same agenda. You can't get on a different agenda than the rest of the Democrats. Y'all, it's crazy, man. These people are full of ish. And we sit here and eat it up. This is why I say, yo, bro, I don't care about nothing y'all talking about. Y'all talk about taxing the rich. Y'all talk about free healthcare. Y'all talk about all this free college, student loan debt forgiveness. Everything y'all talk about never comes to fruition. She just said the biggest people, she's going to make a change from the biggest people. So the people, bro, you ain't changed nothing. The big wigs is still eating. Matter of fact, y'all became president in 2021. Bro, Elon Musk and them made the most money ever. You got $1 trillion companies, man. Apple worth $3 trillion, fam. What are you talking about? These niggas ain't paying no taxes, dog. You ain't did anything. You ain't did anything to alleviate anything. And the people on the bottom still on the bottom, paying hella taxes, dog. Getting like 20%, 30% of that shit taken out their check. What are you talking about? That's why I say, man, we sit here and believe these people and listen to these people and think things is going to change, bro. You getting finessed. See, what they don't do is they don't never go back to this stuff. And you notice all the people that's lined up with them people, right? All those people that was lined up, Bernie Sanders, they ain't complaining about them not doing what they said they was going to do right now. They going to all wait until the next election to now do what they were supposed to be doing. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all gonna wait to the last election. Y'all gonna wait to the next election to try to complain about what you were supposed to be doing. Yeah, man, it's going down. It's going down, man. These people are crazy. These people are crazy, man. I swear to God, they're crazy as hell. And this is what we got to stop doing. We got to stop allowing them to just say anything and then not be held accountable for it. Because they'll promise you some, listen, man, and you ain't letting your boyfriend promise you something and not and not follow through with it. Y'all not letting y'all girl promise you something and not follow through with it, man. We can't keep letting these people just say whatever. That's why I don't deal with politics. That's why I'm like, bro, I ain't Democrat, I ain't Republican. Only person I'm voting for is whoever is cashing me out. If you cashing me out, I'm voting. You ain't cashing me out, I don't even care, dog. Because if it don't directly benefit me, I don't care. I don't care, dog, at the end of the day. Because everything you be saying never benefits your average Joe. It don't. It just don't. So like all that, you just saying a whole bunch of shit and you just making a bunch of shit up just so the nigga can vote for you. Matter of fact, let me see something real quick. Again, we're gonna get up out of here soon, but I almost forgot about this one too, man. Hold on, man. Hold on, man. Go to my 85 South boys, man. Shout out to the 85 South crew, man. These niggas funny as hell. But hold up. They had this fat Oompa Loompa on here. And they had this fat, where the fat chick go, man? Politician girl. Ooh, my bad. Hold on, man. They had what's her damn name? I can't even think of her name right now, man. There you go, Stacey Abrams, fat ass.
Starting an online store is
they had Stacey Abrams fat ass on here. Man, y'all man, watch this, man.
People are losing it. Well, they never had it. They never had it to lose.
Jurisdiction. So when I used to be deputy city attorney for Atlanta, a combination. So if you're on DeKalb Avenue, parts of DeKalb are
makes it up even better. That's Fox News.
As soon as you say it, I said,
that ain't it. I don't even know if CNN got a sound.
They like boom, boom, boom.
No, they don't. They don't have a sound.
I was surrounded by politics and politicians, and
hold on, man.
You have a different perspective when you grew up in that city, legally, whichever way.
I think it's a combination.
Beneficial to stop the influx of people and And I remember that another thing that I saw is that you tried to get a law passed that would make high magazine, high capacity.
Let me just say it, because I forgot where it was. I'm sorry, family. I'm so sorry. I forgot where that shit was. But I'm just gonna say that he asked her, Chico Bean, because I don't feel like keep trying to skip through all that shit. Yeah, that's my bad. Damn. Yeah, Chico Bean had asked her about black people and why they don't be specific to black people. Man, she had the craziest response on the planet, bro. Matter of fact, hold on. This is what I can do. Yeah. I'm going to get to it. Family. Watch this. Yup. Give me 1 second. Let me share my screen. I'm going to get to it because I remember what I did. I remember what I did now. I threw that shit on my Facebook. I remember now. Me and my little dogs, man. We've been chilling all summer, man.
But seriously, there is no other group of women on the planet who brag about being independent. That's insane.
Hold on. Bear with me, family. Bear with me, because it wasn't that long ago. Wasn't that long ago. Shout out to my man, Marcel Dixon and my boy Mike, man. He had a nice interview. Make sure y'all go check him out too, man, on his YouTube channel, PDX Mike Zilla. Yes, definitely check my brother out, man. He got a dope YouTube page, The New Black Media. Hold on, I think I'm coming to it too. Hold up. This homegirl had, yeah, that's the little shirt I'm wearing. Right here. Here we go. Listen.
Politicians so afraid to say that they're doing something, especially specifically for black people. Like they use the quote of poor people and the people of color, the underprivileged. Why is it that you can't just come out and say, I'm doing this for black people because black people need it? Because so many things have been done to us throughout the history of this country. So many things have been done to us, but very little has been done specifically for us. Why do you think that is?
Because African Americans represent 12% of the population. And so if you are a traditional politician doing the math, you think, if I name this group, I am going to lose other people, and I can't get, if every single black person voted for me, this may not get me what I want. So let me make it vague enough that other people don't get offended by helping.
Man, okay, let's unpack that. Okay. Asian.
My fault, family. Why does it stop?
What do Asians represent? Asians are less than that. Asians, what are Asians? What, 7%? What's the population of Asians in America?
Less than 10%.
What's the population of Asians in America? My people in the chat room, help me out. Asians are less than 12%, and they always mention Asians. They got all types of Asian hate crime, Money for Asians, for Asians. Somebody said 9%. Somebody said 6%.
Yep. And that's what I'm saying. This is because this is what they do. You feel me? They sit here and make up goofy ass shit of why they can't do something for us, but you do it for other people. Oh, I can't mention black people because they only 12%. And that just don't add up mathematically. Because, dog, we still don't got a hate crime bill. Dude just air shit out in Buffalo. You feel me? What's his name, man? Dylan Roof, air shit out in South Carolina. We don't got no hate bill. What you talking about? We don't got no hate bills, man. Listen, man, y'all's crazy, man. Y'all crazy for real. And that's what I'm saying. We gotta stop messing with these black politicians. Unless they talking reparations, unless you talking cash payments, man, we not supporting you. We not riding with you. See, I mess with my brother Marcel Dixon because that's all he talk about. Reparations, stop immigration, because immigration is hurting black people all in the whole. Because they be like, y'all say we take the jobs. Yeah, illegal immigrants, man, I'm gonna tell you the one job that they take that would benefit us like a mug. The construction sites. Nigga, you be having hella illegal immigrants at them construction sites, bro. And if you was to hire us as laborers, right, you would have to pay. You ain't paying them niggas what you would have to pay your average Joe to go there and help build a crib, build a big ass building, nigga. You know that. And majority of the laborers doing that is illegal immigrants. It's not because black people don't want to do that. We'll do that all day. You think we wouldn't do that? We'd rather just work in the warehouse or, you know what I'm saying? Work in the mall, nigga. Nah, nigga, the people building them cribs getting big bread. Not super big bread. I mean, the people who got the contract. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all allowing these companies to hire illegal immigrants so that they can take jobs. But again, man, that's why I say we can't trust none of these politicians, man. I'm saying that to say this. We can't trust none of these politicians. And if you are supporting them, you are politically lost. You are politically lost, dog. You don't even understand politics because you letting them tell you what they going to do. Nah, fam, you either going to do this or we not We not rocking with you. You're not about to keep promising us free healthcare. You're not about to keep promising us free education, not free healthcare, universal healthcare, free education. You're not going to keep cutting student debts. Like, you're not going to keep saying all this shit. And I don't even deal with that. I don't care about anything but reparations. But I'm just saying in general, like, y'all just let these people do whatever the hell they want, say whatever they want. And y'all just like let that shit ride. Yo, and we gonna do this, we gonna do that, and then they don't never do it, and we just looking stupid. Nah, fam. That's why I said I don't get into any of them politics, man. Obama was the biggest finesse in the black community. Now you got all these other peons coming up. Then you got Kamala Harris. She don't even say black girl magic no more. She just straight up Asian now. You feel what I'm saying? So that's all, man. I've been on here for an hour. Gotta get me something to eat. Family, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this content. We back, man. We back with the reparations talk. We about to be going full force on this topic all the time because this is the biggest topic in the black community and the biggest push for reparations ever in the history. In the history, we are going to make history, and y'all have to be a part of it by including yourself in these topics. And we got to make this the same way Black Lives Matter, how big that got and how much momentum that got, because we backed it. Even though it was a finesse, we were backing it. We had everybody posting on Facebook and everything else, all the Black Lives Matter shirt. No, reparation shirts. That's what we want. We want reparation shirts, reparation hashtags, reparation everything, because we are going to keep pushing this topic until we get these checks, man. Signing off. Be blessed, stay safe, and yeah, man, be easy, man. Again, don't forget to subscribe and like this content, man.